I usually make sure to finish games before I review them, but I am not going to continue to play this game because, spoiler, I don't like it. I have played the first game, but I am not a super fan. I like the idea more than I like the actual game. Even a casual fan like me, though, notices that things have gone missing. Where are the fun torturing options? Why does all factions have the same looking agents? I could go on, but I am perfectly happy to look at this as a standalone game, so let us do that. This is a management game where you play as the bad guy in a Bond story, and it is up to you to create the base where the big battle takes place at the end of the movie. It is more complicated than it looks in the movies though, because your henchmen in brightly colored overalls have needs that needs to be satisfied, and you need cash flow and the power flow as well to keep your base running. And so you will set up living spaces, research labs, computer rooms for the day-to-day operation, as well as a casino front and some deadly traps to keep the agents away. So far, so good. The premise is charming. The art style is also nice, and overall there is a lot of fun activity in your base, and it is pleasant to look at, although nothing looks amazing. Again, so far so good, but it is when we get to the gameplay that it all falls apart. Let us start with some quality of life things. Items are not placed where you point the cursor, and it is annoying. Item placement is also needlessly restrictive, and you are not allowed to have spaces where units can't reach. This is annoying. There are a lot of these minor things which are a little bit annoying. Someone will shout at you that the research has stopped whenever the scientists have gone to the toilet, which is also a bit annoying.
Research has been paused. A minion is deserting. 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 A minion is deserting.
These things are silly, but at the end of the day, they wouldn't really matter if the rest of the game is good. The issue is that the rest of the game isn't good. The game starts with a long and fairly boring tutorial where you are told to set up the core of the evil base. You are granted access to a handful of different rooms. Most rooms though barely have any items in them to place. But hey, it is the tutorial. Now 10 hours later, however, having researched everything that the campaign allows me to research, it is still very much bare bones. My base might be a lot bigger, but let us actually look at the rooms in question. Half of my base is computer rooms and generator rooms, where I have spammed the available generators and computers as tightly as possible. Here is my vaults, where I have spammed the 2 available options. Here is my staff room with 1 available item in it. Here are my living quarters, where the 2 available options, beds and lockers, are spammed as tightly as possible. I could go on, but it is so bare bones, and this have been the case for like 10 hours. I expand my base because I need bigger numbers, but it is just boring. The only thing that required some originality from my part is my corridor full with deadly traps that I like to call corridor of minor annoyance, but I will get to the agent handling later. Now some among you might say that I should stop whining and continue to play the game to unlock more things. And yes, this is of course true, but I have not been having fun with the base building for a very long time, and this is not good in a management game. How do you then progress in the game? Well, you have a number of missions that you need to complete. The missions are not fun at all, but they do take a lot of time. You are sometimes asked to kill a certain number of invading agents or build a certain number of objects, no matter if you need to or not. They are like the MMO quest of management games, and I was put in situations where I sold my current objects so that I could rebuy them to satisfy an objective. What is the worst thing about the missions though is the world map. God damn it, I despise this map. This part of the game didn't work in the first game as well, but I don't think that they have improved it. So you have this map, and it serves two purposes. There are a number of randomly generated missions that you can activate to earn money. And then there are missions you need to complete to progress in the missions. There is no interactivity here after starting the mission. There is a lot of waiting, however. So much waiting.
1 hour later.
I have the game running on the highest speed setting, just waiting for this shit. Each region also have these counters ticking up, and when the bar is filled, the regions are locked for 5 minutes to give you the possibility for some extra waiting. Whenever you activate a mission, you will also have the pleasure to wait for your units to run to the helicopter, and this would sometimes bug out to give you that opportunity to wait for something that will not actually happen. All of this screams filler to me, and I really don't like it, and most of my time with this game is spent waiting for this nonsense. This could be fine as some side activity if the base building was great, but the base building is not great, and I am locked out of the content due to this nonsense. At least I have the agents to keep me busy while waiting for stuff to happen. The agents suck though, and are just a chore to deal with. To start with, you will need to select each agent individually and select how to deal with them, because otherwise they will just be ignored by your minions.
I have reports of an intruder in the lair. Kill them!
It is completely unnecessary microing, and it is annoying. The main thing about the agents though is that the balancing is just off. You will get spammed with agents that will easily sneak past your traps and beat up your guards. They will die eventually, and it is not difficult, but it is a pain to deal with, and it is not fun. I don't feel like a mastermind creating cool traps to deal with the spies. I am creating a corridor of minor annoyance to slow them down so that I can call in my sidekicks to deal with them. At the end of the day, if I am playing a game for a couple of hours, then I want to feel like I am getting something out of it, and this is not the case for this game. I am waiting for timers to go down to progress in my missions, and none of what I am actually doing is all that fun. It is boring busy work, and I won't keep doing it. I would not recommend this game.
A group of minions have deserted.